There's a monster in the basement.
Three, two, one, cut.
Action. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining. I'm Andrew. That's Jordan. We're part of Tier 1.5, and we are going to play our very first episode ever of D&D with strangers.
Woo!
Woo! All right,
Sorry,
we
that
got
was only me.
we've got 5 different people that we met through Reddit and did some quick interviews on, and have agreed. I don't know why, but agreed to join us on stream to play some D&D, even though we've never really met before this. So we're going to try this out. It's hopefully going to be really exciting. Why don't we just go around and everybody tell us a little bit about your character real quick.
Well, they can also tell us about themselves, too.
Or themselves. That's up
shameless
to you.
plugs, that's okay.
That's up
Anything
to
like
you.
that.
Do you want to start with Deswan the Mage?
Sure, let's start with Deswan.
I'm Deswan the Mage. My character is Crazy Mike. He's a level 2 wizard, and he's gonna be a fun character. He probably won't make it though. Not with his behavior.
And what would you say?
Did you just misgender him?
Oh, jeez.
Oh my gosh.
You know what? We're just gonna drop it. I'm not gonna be able to do it.
Chat,
You gotta be a man. Okay. Fair
Chat
enough.
wants you to know that he will make it if you believe.
There you go. All right.
Okay.
You guys have not met Crazy Mike.
You'll make it if
You
you
have.
run.
You will
All
love
right.
him though. I
Why don't we go
promise
to Udala then next?
Alright. I'm Lick. I'm playing Udala, the Minotaur Stone Sorcerer. And to be frank, if Udala dies, she had it coming.
Fair.
Oh,
That's
poor,
fair.
poor Udala.
Who's next?
All right, who wants to go next? Hildegard?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
My name is Sammy Moss. Go by Sam sometimes. And I'll be playing Hildegard, the Dragonborn Bard.
Oh, nice.
Who is just maybe a bit naive, but happy and fun.
Yeah, I think this Dragonborn is definitely of sound heart, which I don't know if we can say about our next character, which is a paladin. Eric, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Ian, and I'm playing Eric Balazar. And he is ready to extended borrow everything, and basically he won't care if you want it back earlier than he needs.
I
Fair
love
enough.
it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right,
Think,
well,
we got Darnan.
yeah, let's go with Darnan.
Hey guys, my name is Nerdonis. I go by Nerd most of the time, which is going to be an issue because we're all giant nerds. And I am playing Darnan Voril, the Tortle Cleric, Forge Cleric specifically.
Awesome. Awesome. And then we have a 6th player that is controlled by you guys, the chat, and we aptly named them Twitch, and Jordan will be playing that character. Jordan, what is the character that everybody created yesterday?
Well, it's a hard thing to say, but if you got to ask me, then I'm gonna tell you that we created a character that we like to call Twitch. And Twitch is a female Scottish accent, which I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm gonna give it my damnedest. And anyhow, we are a rogue. We are a rogue that is very charismatic.
Awesome.
That
All right.
is all you need to know.
That's all we need. All
Does
right.
Stream pick your
Probably a
stats?
little too much. Yeah. Stream pick
Oh.
stats, yeah.
Yeah.
Stream picked my stats.
class, race,
Stream
everything.
picked my race. Stream
And
picked
the
everything.
accent,
The accent as
unfortunately.
well. As well.
Yeah.
Gender, the instrument, everything.
Yes.
Now
It's
come
gonna
on. Let's do
It's gonna
this.
be. It's gonna
This
be a
is
little
all
rough.
stream.
This is all good. All right.
Remember, you guys asked for this.
So
Yeah.
we're going to be playing the Death House tonight. It is a module from the Curse of Strahd adventure. We're going to run it as a one-shot tonight, and hopefully get through the entire thing. It can be a little long, but I think we
Or
can
we're
make it.
gonna die trying.
Yes, that is correct. It is
Awesome.
potentially very deadly. We'll see. Yeah, but we're just here to have fun. Nobody here is, professional or anything by any means. In fact, some of our players have played very little to no D&D before this, so that should be fun.
Oh, thank you for the host, Electric Synapse. Very nice of you.
Jeez, that's just weird. Last thing I want to do is give a special shout out to KAR Graphics because they created the intro animation that we have for our videos. It's super cool. They're a really cool group of people. They also actually made the t-shirt that I'm wearing because they do Snapchat lenses. So it's got this cool little heart on it. And if you use your phone and Snapchat that heart, it actually starts beating. Super cool. We'll put the info for their website in the description below.
Pretty much the most badass graphics company in the whole South Wales.
That's a good endorsement. All right. Are you guys ready to get started?
Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
I'm fucking ready.
Yes. So enthusiastic. I love it. Okay.
Am I frozen on the stream too?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you look like you're frozen.
All right, let's get off the stream now.
So we've
Here
got
you
Crazy Mike, Darnan, Udala, Hildegard, Eric, and Twitch. You adventurers have been traveling for some time together now. You're on the hunt for a creature of the night named Strahd von Zarevich. Thus far, your travels have proven unsuccessful. Last you heard, there was some unusual activity in a nearby town by the name of Barovia. The city is surrounded by thick and dense fog. It's difficult to see into the town. The houses, they're tall and they look kind of like tombstones in the evening night. Nestled within are a handful of kind of closed up shops. And as you're walking through the town, you even find that the tavern itself is closed tight. And you can't see a single person around. That is until you start to hear some soft whimpering behind one of the buildings. What do you guys want to do?
I guess. Oh, wait.
I'd like to investigate.
Okay. So, as you guys walk around, your eyes are drawn to a pair of children. I'll pull these guys up, a little image of them for you to look at. A pair of small children. One's a young girl, no more than maybe 10 years old, and standing next to her is a little boy who has to be about 7 or 8 years old.
They
The
look
boy
like
seems to
creepy
be-
fucking children.
Yeah. The
Twitch,
little
that
boy.
ain't very polite.
Yeah.
A vampire.
The little boy appears to be weeping. He's clutching a small stuffed doll in his left hand, and the other arm is wrapped tightly around the girl next to him. As they kind of see you guys come around the building, the boy buries his head behind the girl, and you can just hear him crying back there. And the girl, you hear her say, "Shh, shh, shh," and they kind of cower in the back.
Darnan's gonna kind of poke his head around. He was at the back of the group. Well, hey there, young folk. What are you doing back here?
There's a monster in the basement.
Oh dear. Well, that's not very good. How'd y'all find out about that? Would you get attacked by it or something?
No, Mom and Dad put it down there.
They put
Your
it there.
mother and daddy put a monster in your basement?
Yeah, it's trapped down there.
Where is Mom and Dad?
I don't know. We just need help. Maybe Walter's upstairs. Can you help?
Yes, absolutely.
Just if anything goes missing, remember it'll always be returned. Maybe a few years from now, but it'll make its way back.
The little boy.
I'm
is
just
gonna
going
put
to
the,
whisper into Yadula's ear. She's a Minotaur, got big ears. I'm going to put my head up right in her ear. And I'm going to say to her,
Boy.
I kind of think that we should kill them. But I kind of don't. And I can't decide which one. Because Twitch Jack can't decide which one. What do you think we should do?
And I completely agree.
All right. The little boy kind of
It
cowers
might not
even
be a bad
further
idea,
back
but I
behind the
see,
girl.
Well, I'm assuming none of us heard that.
behind it.
Say that again, Udala.
I was just saying, might not be a bad idea, but at the same time, could have dire consequences. I don't see any guards around now, but pretty damn foggy.
What's your names, little kids?
Well,
Huh.
I'm Rose, and he's Thorn.
Aw. Your
What
your
beautiful
parents are plant enthusiasts?
I don't know.
They seem to be
What?
warming up to the halfling who is about their size.
Well, do the two of you have somewhere safe to go while we take care of this menace in the basement?
Yeah, we got a place, but we're not gonna go near that house.
Well, that's probably smart. I appreciate you thinking ahead like that.
I'd like to roll an insight check to see if the kids are telling the truth.
Sure, go ahead. It is tough to say. They are tough to read. All right, they're gonna point you.
Kids.
They're gonna point you over towards a house on there's a row of really tall, nice looking houses, and they're gonna point to one in the middle that's looks like it's seen maybe some better days, but it's dark, and there is a gate out the front that is half hanging open.
This is such a nice house. I wish I could afford something like this.
I silently wonder if I can burn it down.
Well,
Awesome. Do you guys want to go up to the house?
Yes.
hey, before we do go gallivanting off, Hildegard, can I have a moment of your time?
Of course.
And I would like to use my Blessing of the Forge,
Sure.
to just kind of tap her on the shoulder, and I can give her +1 to her AC,
I love it.
until my next long rest.
Let's bump you up.
Oh, thank you.
Great.
I-
Don't go running into danger too fast, you hear?
Twitch would like to take a look at the house, maybe see if it has, like, I don't know how old it is, perhaps.
Maybe things to steal?
Sure. It's a tall brick house. It's got dark windows throughout. It's got a gated portico. You can tell on both sides the houses look abandoned next to it. Yeah, it's got a rusty gate. Looks pretty cool.
Can I see any movement in the house? Is there anything? Because they had said there may have been somebody on one of the upper floors.
Yeah, roll a perception check.
Sure. Perception.
10. Yeah, as you're looking around, you're not really able to see any movement going forward, but you also can't see very well into the dark windows, so you're not sure.
Strange place.
Can Mike? Oh no.
Yeah, what's
Can
Mike?
Mike try to sneak up to the window and peek in?
Yeah, sure. So you could come up. Why don't we look from the outside? You could peek into one of the windows, and we'll just pop you over here. And you would look in, and you would see what looks like a grand red marble staircase that kind of looks like it's spiraling upwards. And there's a fireplace, but that's kind of aside from your view.
Which side's the front door?
Front door is over here.
Eric runs over to Crazy Mike and tells him, lift me up, I want to see it.
I oblige.
Are we getting breathing on?
I put him on my shoulders though. I don't pick him up regular. He has to be on my shoulders.
Eric's gonna look around, trying to see if there's anything shiny in the house.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay, come on. Eric needs a new house.
Oh, wow.
19.
Oh.
Yeah, you actually see as you're looking in, on top of the fireplace is a really nice silvered-looking sword.
Eric wants in. Eric wants in. Throw me in.
So the window, it appears locked, like you can't get in from the window.
Is it a regular window?
From what you can tell on first glance, yeah.
Can I cast Mage Hand and just break it?
You can try, and with Mage Hand, I think you can only do like 10 pounds
So-
or something like that of lifting. So my assumption is you're not able to punch through it. So it's not enough force to get through that window.
Twitch has
So it just kind of thunks off. Okay.
Right.
Twitch thought to herself, and she has decided that she is going to go guns a-blazing through those doors, kill what's on the other side with a stabby.
All right.
I'm gonna just
Twitch,
run right
Nate.
past Udala. That was just
Ah!
sure.
All right. Twitch can
Mike's
go
just
in.
smiling.
She busts in. The first thing you see.
Stab!
Stab. You see nothing to stab, but you can stab in the air. You've got these large set of oaken doors that you've just passed through. There's oil lamps that are hanging from the ceiling. There's actually a large shield on the wall that's emblazoned with kind of a coat of arms with some pictures of aristocrats hanging next to it.
Gryffindor!
Yes, yes it
Eric
is.
runs in after the elf lady, and
Sure.
he's like, no. He runs in and tries to head to where he saw the sword.
Yeah, the sword is above the fireplace. So as you guys come in, you get a better view of this room. There's a red marble staircase off to one end, a fireplace to the other, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different doors that are kind of out in front of you. It's a wide main hall that you're a part of. And there's wood paneling kind of ornately put throughout the room with sculpted images of vines and flowers and nymphs and satyrs. And the decorative paneling follows the staircase up.
Help, I've fallen and I cannot get up.
Crazy Mike, are you staying outside or are you
No,
coming
yeah,
in?
Crazy Mike just kind of stay at the door and just kind of peek his head in and look.
Sure, you can come from back here and kind of peek your way in, yeah.
Darnam's kind of back with Crazy Mike, just like, well, I guess they're just gonna run into all the danger they can find, huh?
Crazy Mike's kind of he's hanging with the turtle, just kind of tiptoeing through.
All right.
He'll make
What
it
are
to
the
the
rest of
door
you guys?
eventually, though.
Yeah, what do the rest of you guys want to do?
Eric is gonna try to get the sword, but I think he's too short.
All right. Are you gonna just like try to climb the rocks, or how are you gonna get it down?
He doesn't want to try to climb the rocks. He's gonna look to the Dragonborn and be like, "Hello, can I get on your shoulders, please?
May I ask what for?
I want to reach the sword, but my arms, they're so tiny."
Oh, but I don't think that's your sword, right? It belongs to whoever owns this house.
He goes, shush.
In comes Crazy Mike.
Lift me up.
I can lift you up to look at it.
Okay, that sounds fine.
Alright, I'm gonna lift him up and put him on my shoulders.
Cool.
He's going to try to hop onto the fireplace and reach the sword.
Okay. So you would see that it's adhered to the fireplace, but with a little bit of a tug, you could pull it off of the fireplace if you'd like.
Wait.
I
This time.
don't know if he's gonna wait for long.
All right.
Excuse me. Twitch needs to, how do you say, take a V in the fireplace?
V. She's a what?
Can you take the V first before you take the sword?
I need to take a V in the fireplace.
Okay.
Oh, what's the check to
VV
take
in the
sword?
fireplace.
I'm not sure I'm following, but you do you.
P.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. I don't get it. But you go for it.
Okay, what's the check for the sword?
You got the sword.
Oh.
Hey! I said you could look.
Ah,
He tries to slide it into his pants leg, but
It is it's a long sword. So
I
it's
am
not-
going to be staring at Eric while I take a V. Eye contact necessary.
That's a little weird. All right,
Blame chat. It's not me.
Eric, what are you doing with the sword? Now that
I'm-
Hildegard's yelling at you.
I'm gonna try to like examine it.
Sure, you can look at it. It looks like a really nice and ornate longsword.
He's going to try to compare it to his rapier.
Okay, it's bigger.
Nice and thick.
Yes,
He tries to swing it in the air to see how easy it is.
it's pretty good. Nice and sharp.
Yes, yes, this shall do fine. And he puts it into his pant leg.
Okay, it's about as tall as you are, as a halfling, but that's all right.
Udala's standing next to a door here that she's gonna try to open.
Yeah, you can
And
definitely
then
open that door.
prepare just in case to immediately close it again, depending on what she.
Oh.
That's all right. This is how tabletop works.
Oh.
We're just gonna pop it out.
Mike's
and
gonna
then we'll
finally
pick yours
catch up
back
with the group. He's not scared anymore.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, Mike's not scared anymore. Good. Good to hear.
You know, Mike.
All right. So Udala, you go in and hold on a second.
I wasn't.
So,
I was
or
really
you
gonna-
can just peek in. You open the door and you take a look in and
Oh,
you
God.
see an oak paneled room that looks like a hunter's den. Mounted above the fireplace is a stag's head, and positioned around the outskirts of the room are 3 large wolves. 2 padded chairs draped in animal furs face the hearth, with an oak table between them, with what looks like a bottle of wine on the top. There's a couple of cabinets in the room, and that's about it.
Stuffed wolves or live wolves?
Say that again?
Stuffed wolves or live wolves?
Great question. How are you figuring that out?
Are they moving?
No.
Twitch would like to go up and try to feed one of the wolves some jerky.
Okay.
I am
You
going
have
to
jerky?
try to get, yes, rations. That's
Oh, okay.
what we Scottish women carry is
Gotcha,
jerky for
gotcha.
rations.
All right.
Okay. I feed the
It falls out
doggo.
of the mouth,
Oh, no.
as it appears to be a stuffed wolf.
I will bop wolf on the snout.
Can I- Can I go mount the wolf like a horse?
Jeez. If you would like, yes.
That's Mike.
Okay. Good mentions.
All right. Darnum, what are you
To
doing?
try that.
He's gonna kind of slowly walk in, look
I'll give him
over
a
at
turn.
Mike, and go.
Bloody
"You really think that's
fireplaces,
the
that's what we need."
smartest thing to do when we're in a house that's supposedly full of dangers?"
Yeehaw, wolf! Yeehaw!
All right. A couple people are riding wolves. Hildegard, what are you doing?
I'm gonna, since I see nowhere to the basement yet, I'm gonna peek through a different door.
All right. We're gonna
All right.
change the scenery a little bit here, guys. All right. Okay. Oh, we'll pick you guys. All you gotta do is pick yourself up and back. Okay, perfect. All right, Hildegard, you open the door, and what you see is what appears to be a dining room. The centerpiece of the room is this really ornately carved mahogany table, surrounded by 8 black chairs with sculpted armrests and cushioned seats. There's a crystal chandelier hanging above the table. Table's got gleaming, sparkling silverware and crystalware. Above the fireplace is a picture that's framed of an alpine valley.
Can I follow her into the dining room?
You can. You gotta hop off your high horse, but
Yeah,
you can.
hopping off my horse.
Hildegard, as you walk in, before Crazy Mike even gets to the door, though, something crazy happens. Your vision goes white, and it just goes. You lose all sight of things. You kind of have an out of body experience. and all of a sudden you're back in this room, but it's a different time, and you see standing at the head of the table is a man, a well-dressed man, holding a glass raised in the air. Sitting around the table are 7 other very well-dressed individuals. The man steps forward and raises the glass and says, "The house is finished. She will be a grand vessel in our journey to achieve our true potential. Cheers, my brothers and sisters." And then in an instant, you come back, and you're back in the room, and Crazy Mike's right behind you, tapping you on the shoulder like, "Hey, hello, what's going on?"
Did you just see that?
See what?
There were people
Their
around the
fireplace are
table.
really unnecessary.
I know I'm Crazy Mike, but don't steal my thing. There's no one here.
Udala, what were you saying?
She's just pointing out the fact that this place has an unnecessary amount of fire.
Yes, it does.
This is the 3rd one!
Well, it is kind of cold around here. I suppose they just wanted to keep warm and happy.
What did you say happened, Hildegard?
There were people standing around the dining table. And the man at the head of the table, he spoke about how the house was finished.
Mm-hmm.
And sorry, this is like me, bad memory.
He basically said that the house was
I
finished.
repeat what the DM said.
Yeah, he also said,
Yes, I saw it too. There was people around the table. They were there.
they were celebrating.
I saw it
I
too.
believe Twitch.
Do you
You
believe
saw
Twitch?
it too?
Yeah.
Yes, I saw it too. Even though I was halfway up the stairs.
I think
Just generally
that's a
look over the
strong
table.
no.
Like,
Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
can I just go ahead and generally go look over the table, look for anything see anything
why don't
strange?
you roll a perception check.
Alrighty. So,
This feels like a cult thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Natural one. Yeah, it's really just looks like a really clean, pristine setup and table with very nice laid out silverware and crystalware.
So, out of character voice, this room, is it like... Shut up, I can't turn the female voice off every time.
That's okay. That's okay.
So is this room like, everything seems like it's actually cleaned? Like there's a maid that went through this room?
Well, yeah. It just looks like there's no dust or anything anywhere. Nothing's rotting or anything like that.
Has that been the case for the entire house or just this room?
So far, yeah, it's been very, very clean and pristine.
So Hildegard, where were these individuals that you saw? Were they standing around the table?
Were they standing or seated?
They were seated. The gentleman was at the head of the
Yeah,
table
yeah.
standing. Yep.
Okay. So there were people filling these chairs, but there was one man standing at the head of the table back here.
Oh.
And she points. And the man made a toast.
You said something about this being a vessel of some kind?
Yeah, he said something to that effect.
Yeah.
It kind of confused me.
Yeah, that's strange. I've never seen a house be a vessel before. That's normally more of a cup kind of thing, you know?
Eric, are you still in the wolf room, or did you come out? And
He's
Udala?
still just trying to ride this wolf.
Perfect.
He doesn't understand that it's fake, so he's just on there with his rapier, like, "Come on, doggy, let's go! Everyone already left. Come on, get up!" And he
Udala.
kicks the wolf's side.
What are you doing?
I was just kind of sitting against the.
You're still in the
wall
main
here
room?
looking- Yeah, I'm kind of just looking
Okay.
into this room at everyone, what they're doing.
Yeah. So you would probably be the only one then to hear this because you're out in the main hall. But you would hear very faintly what sounds like a child's or a baby crying up the stairs.
Someone's upstairs. We should probably go check it out.
You like pop your head in.
Young ma'am?
I hear a kid crying upstairs.
Oh,
Oh
really?
no.
That's not very good. Gotta make sure we get that youngin' out of here.
Huh. I go and take a peek up the stairs. And as I'm doing it, I'm going to be talking to myself. I'm going to say, should take a peek upstairs. And, need to pee in fireplace. And look at Mike. And, I think my bladder's empty.
Oh my gosh. So who's going first up the stairs?
I am.
Imagine,
I think Twitch.
Imagine Twitch.
Yeah, you don't. You just like see Twitch go right past you as you're like kind of cautiously walking up these stairs. Okay.
I'm
let's
gonna
pull
be
out-
right behind you, Dala.
Sounds good.
I
a
love
question.
peeing in fireplaces.
How heavy is the wolf? Just wondering.
It is probably twice your weight.
Dang. Yeah, Eric's gonna finally get off the wolf, and he's gonna head up the stairs with the rest of the crew.
All right. So Twitch is the first one to kind of come up onto the second floor here. So you come out. Udal is shortly behind you. As you ascend the stairs, you find yourself in another grand hall. Unlit oil lamps are mounted on the walls of this elegant hall. Hanging from above the mantelpiece is a wooden framed portrait of a family of 4. A husband and wife and 2 smiling children that you recognize as Rose and Thorn from earlier. Cradled in the father's arms is a swaddled baby, with the mother showing slight hints of scorn, looking towards the child. Standing suits of armor flank the doors on either side, and each suit of armor is clutching a spear and has a visored helm shaped like a wolf. And the doors are carved with dancing youths.
I am going to steal the painting of the family. And I'm going to look at Eric and smile and say, extending, borrowing my ass. This is mine.
So wait, you're going up to say that one more time?
I'm going to steal the painting.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. I just.
And
wanted
I'm
to make
going
sure.
to look at Eric and say, extended, borrowing my ass.
All right. So you reach up and you pull off the hook this painting, and yeah. What does anybody else want to do? As you are all coming up the stairs to see.
Darnan's kind of coming up after all this, and he's
Sure.
like,
What's
"No,
all
y'all
this
probably
armor
shouldn't
stuff?"
just be running off on your own. Make sure we're all together. This place is dangerous."
There we go.
Andrew,
Does
can
he
I like
also hear the
make
kid?
backpack straps for this painting so I can wear it like a backpack?
Yeah, sure. You could
Awesome.
throw it. You probably got a backpack, so you could slide it in between the backpack and your back if you'd really like.
Awesome. It
Oh,
is
what
now
about-
mine.
Here, let's
What
pull it
are all
up.
these armors? Just wondering.
Now,
Yeah,
I
they-
show this to everyone. Does anybody recognize anybody from the painting? Hildegard,
so
maybe?
Recognize, well,
You
Eric
recognize
says
the
I-
children.
just talked to.
Oh,
The
yeah,
children from earlier?
Do I recognize, like, were they in the vision I had, or?
Ah, the gentleman was. That's a great point. So the father figure was the one who was raising the glass.
Okay. So I say, yeah, the man, that's the one who is making the toast.
Yes, I saw that too.
You did?
Excellent. Excellent.
Hey,
Yeah.
do the kids in the photo look to be about the same age as they are when we met them?
They look a little bit younger in the photo, or the painting.
The
This
painting,
is
sorry, yeah.
painting. Yes.
What are
Do I
Ah.
still hear the kid?
What? Say that again.
Do I still hear the crying?
Not currently. No, it seems to have stopped.
What
Okay.
are the different armors? Just wondering.
Yeah, the armors—they're all identical. They are each one is black armor, and they all carry a spear in one arm. They've got hooded visors that kind of look like wolf heads. Yeah.
Eric's gonna walk over and try to inspect if this is better than his own armor.
It is potential. It looks old, and more of a decorative armor than a regular armor, and it's also unfortunately probably not your size.
Aw. He tries to, he knocks over the armor stand so that he can grab the wolf helm, and he puts it on his head.
Perfect. That you can do.
And then he tries to set everything back up as it was before.
Oh, okay. Then he sets it right back up. All right.
As he's trying to set it up, Darnan comes over to help him. You know,
Perfect.
next time you can just have somebody a little taller than yourself just grab something off a high place like that for you.
Oh, thank you. You're into extended buying too?
Well, not sure I would say it as such, but, you know, if you want something, you're welcome to talk to us, and we're willing to help, we can.
Staircase is weird.
Yes, the staircase object is a little weird. Udala, what do you want to do?
I'm trying to go to this door to look and see.
You want to go to this small door? That's totally fine. Let's. Are you gonna just?
There's
kinda
an invisible wall here.
You're gonna poke it or open it up and then take a peek in like you've done before?
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. All right. So, Udala, oops, somebody's on the fireplace. That's okay.
I am
Udala-
going to steal the other helmet from the other suit of armor because I specifically am saying out loud, but I'm kind of talking to myself. I can't let Eric outsteal me.
Fair enough. All right.
Young lady?
Nothing. Okay, so Udala, you with a quiet click open this door and peer in, and what you see is a really plain, undecorated bedroom that contains a pair of straw stuffed mattresses. At the foot of each bed is a footlocker, and in a closet. Wow, I can't speak. A closet door next to it. You see what look like uniforms for servants.
Okay. I just close it back.
Okay.
Servants' quarters.
Anybody else want to do anything? There are two large doors in front of the other rest of you, and then the staircase appears to continue upwards as well.
Do the two doors look identical? Like the two large sets of doors, are they the same?
Yeah, for the most part, they're very fancy doors, and they've got some nice kind of carvings in it as of little dancing people. But otherwise, they're both about the same.
Interesting.
Eric's gonna try to recreate the dance he sees.
Nice. Darnan, would you, as you're looking at these doors, make a perception check for me?
Sure, I'd be happy to. See if I can actually see anything this time.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh.
So you're looking back and forth at these doors to see if they're the same, and then as you're actually looking closer at the doors, these dancing youths, you actually notice they aren't dancing, but instead they're fighting off a swarm of bats.
Oh.
Well,
Hey,
that's gonna get interesting for Eric.
Hildegard.
Yeah.
Whoa, these doors are a bit strange. You ever seen imagery like this? It looks like there's bats fighting with some children.
She peers at it.
Yeah, nothing you've ever seen before.
Yeah, I figured. That is interesting. I definitely thought they were dancing.
Yeah, well, that's pretty weird. Better keep an eye out for, I guess,
Bats?
either bats or youths. So neither of them seem particularly pleasant.
Both are dangerous.
Right. Yeah, you know.
Or bat youths.
Oh, good lord. Well, that would be terrible.
I'd like to try and peek behind the doors.
Sure. So both of them are unlocked and open easily enough. Which one do you want to start with?
Wait, I have a thought. I am going to roundhouse kick them until all of the doors on this entire floor are wide open.
Can I join in with him on that?
All of them, roundhouse kick,
Alright, so
Chuck Norris style.
As they're about to do that, can I cast Thaumaturgy and just cause all the doors to open?
Yeah, you could right before, so they both
Damn
land
it!
at
Right,
once.
niggas
It's like,
fall though.
they just pop open.
Yes.
When the gods close the door, break them all apart.
All right. So you pop open the doors. The first thing you see, let's see, there is a room to the this direction, which is actually technically west. A room to the west that appears to be some sort of kind of music room. It's got silky drapes covering the windows. It's a very elegant hall. There's a chandelier hanging from the ceiling. There's upholstered chairs lining the wall all the way around. And there's a harpsichord in one corner, and then a large standing harp in the other. Now, the room closer to Hildegard appears to be a library of sorts. As you pop your head in, you see red velvet drapes covering the windows in this room. There's an exquisite mahogany desk with a matching chair behind it. There's a fireplace above which hangs a picture of a windmill perched on a rocky crag.
I am
But
going to go and play a tune on the harpsichord piano. I'm going to. I am trained as an entertainer, mostly on the recorder, but I can play a damn mean harpsichord.
All right, roll a performance check.
Can I join him with my shawm?
Oh, me
Yes.
too.
All right, so we're having a music thing in here.
Can I check the desk while they do that? They go.
Yes, you may. So we'll do this separately here. Let's start with the music people. Oh, okay. So we've got Jay
The
next to
harpsichord sounds awful.
Yeah, so you're touching it. Hildegard's in here and Darnum. The three of you, actually, as the music starts to play, Hildegard gets a familiar sensation, as does Darnan and Twitch, which they've never just felt before, but their eyes start to go white. For a very brief moment, as the music is playing, you're not actually sure if you dreamt this or this actually happened, but the room is filled with dancing, beautiful couples, and there's music in the air. And then it slowly fades, and you're back in the room. And to the sound of Twitch banging on the harpsichord.
It sounds
Can I-
damn good.
Can I alter my song to the one that was playing in the vision?
Sure, yeah. It's a little tough to pick up, but yeah, you could start to play along. All right, Crazy Mike. Udala and Eric, what are you guys doing?
I'm going. Eric is gonna head to the library and say,
Okay.
"May my halfling luck praise me." As
Okay.
he closes his eyes, spins around a few times, and tries to pick a book.
Oh my
Okay,
god,
that's the-
what have I done?
Udala, what are you
Udala.
doing?
She's shaking her head at the random burst of music and just kind of going in here and looking
Sure.
at the bookshelf over here.
All right, Crazy Mike. Will you roll a Actually, you're just gonna find a couple things as you're looking through the desk first. So you start pulling through, opening some of the drawers. There's an oil lamp. There's a jar of ink, a quill pen, a tinderbox, a letter containing a red wax candle, 4 blank sheets of parchment, a wooden seal bearing the windmill insignia that you see above the fireplace. And then as you're going through this, you take a seat in the desk because you're trying to look a little bit lower, and your vision goes white, and you see that figure from the painting that you saw earlier, the father figure, sitting in the very same spot you are, and writing in a small black journal in front of him. He then gets up from the desk and places it on the bookshelf. And then your vision comes back, and you're still seated in the chair.
All right, can I pocket that seal and go look at the book? Go check the bookshelf. for
Sure.
the journal?
So, yep. In the meantime, Eric, you are looking around at some books. Will you roll a perception check for me?
Yes. Let me get to my.
Oh, I
boy.
forgot one thing for you, Crazy Mike. After, as you get down lower and pulling some of the drawers open, you actually find an iron key that I'm going to give your character over here.
Oh, can I
So
pocket
you
that?
find it in the bottom, yeah.
Can I pocket that with the seal?
You can pocket that for sure, yep. With the seal. All right, with the 10, you're just like looking at random books and pulling around and nothing's happening. Crazy Mike, you come over to the bookshelf and you find the black book, and it's sitting right next to a nice red book. What do you want to do?
Can I take the black book with me?
Yeah, so you can take it out. It looks like the top of it says The Journal of Gustav Durst.
Go ask the group if they've ever heard of him.
Udala and Eric, I think you're the only ones in here.
Does Eric know?
No. You tell me. I doubt it at this point.
This looks like what kind of stuff is written on the desk.
Yeah, you would
Oh,
actually
no, she's falling through the floor.
just through the floor. Yeah, some of the stuff in the desk would have a similar name. Yep.
I would like to run in the room and explicitly say, to answer that question, yes, I know him! I know him!
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him how.
I then am going to grab the books that everyone has collected. I grab them and put them
Okay.
in my pocket. And to answer how, hold please, I must consult the voices in my head.
Okay. What do the rest of you guys want to do?
I'm gonna turn to Hildegard and go, well, I guess she's done
Did he take the journal from me?
playing music with us.
Depends. Did you? He was she, I should say. Twitch was grabbing for it.
I don't. Yeah, Magic Mike doesn't get things snatched out of his hand.
Yeah.
No?
So you hold tight.
Okay, I let that one go. But I say, I know him because he was a stripper and I was his gigolo.
I just kind of nod questioningly, and I open the journal and start reading it.
Okay. So the book, you flip to the exact page somehow that you were just looking at prior, and it reads, December 13th. The rituals continue to breed failure. We've tried old ones, young ones, fat ones, slim ones, males and females, and all different races, and nothing. A few lines further down, you see scribbled on the side of the paper, almost as an afterthought, have I gone mad? I'm beginning to worry these banquets may simply be thinly disguised excuses to indulge my lurid fantasies. No, that what we are doing has meaning. This is for the dark powers. Nothing is more important than immortality. And then it ends.
Did I read that out loud or in my head?
That's you, up to you, man.
I read that out loud. What does everyone else think?
Eric,
I think
just look.
He is mad.
I think that this is a cult of strippers like Gustav.
I feel that it might have had a good purpose, but I keep it to myself.
Okay.
Eric goes over to the desk. What were the other contents?
Yeah, there were. So what's left would probably be. Let's see. You just took the seal. So there's an oil lamp, a jar of ink, a quill pen, a tinder box, a letter containing a. Nope, he took the wax seal. 4 blank sheets of parchment, and that's it.
Eric is gonna take the oil lamp and the tinder box, and he's
Perfect.
gonna light one of the tinders to light the lamp.
Okay, you could definitely do that and pull out a little lamp if you'd like.
Andrew?
How do I? Oh.
Yes.
I am going to start pulling every single book off the shelf and like trying to literally load up my arms, my book bag, everything. I'm trying to steal every book on the bookshelf.
Can I go look and see if the red book is still there?
Yeah, it is.
Can I take the red book?
Yeah. So you, out of the corner of your eye, you see Twitch just in like a whirlwind of fury throwing books everywhere across the room. And you just kind of walk right by to the very back corner where you got the book in the first place. And the red book you grab, and it's not a book, it's a hollow red box. And as you pull for the book, it actually is a lever that opens up a small room in the back. Shall we go there?
I'm gonna tiptoe in by myself without saying anything.
Okay. Let's see, I believe that is This one right here.
Do any of the others see this, or just him just wondering?
What you were just kind of hanging out, Eric. So if you'd like, you could roll a perception check to see if you noticed it. But I think Twitch was too busy.
Nah, I'm gonna say
Okay.
that Eric was too busy with the lamp
I love
trying to figure it out to
I love it.
see.
Okay, so Crazy Mike, you slip back here, and the door is on kind of a spring thing, so it'll close behind you. But you notice you could pop it open if you needed to, but you are now kind of sealed in the room here. And as you enter the secret room, you see bookshelves packed with tomes, but these books appear noticeably older and more nefarious looking. There's a heavy wooden chest with clawed iron feet standing against the south wall. Its lid is half closed, and sticking out of the chest is a skeleton in leather armor. Clutched in the skeleton's left hand is a roll of parchment bearing a regal seal.
All right, let's go ahead and take that out of his hand.
Sure, you could grab it. Do you want to open that piece of paper?
Yeah, we're gonna open it.
Here you go. Do you would you like to read this letter here to the group, or anybody if they want? Actually, Twitch.
I'm gonna. Is Twitch in here with me?
No. But I just thought Twitch has a funny voice. So you got this letter that I'll put over by your stuff, by the key, that you can choose to read or not.
I would
that is
be
yours.
happy to read it for you. I read
please do.
English and Scottish and British.
I just kind of want to hear it read in Scottish. That's all.
Let's hear this Scottish.
All right, let's hear it.
My most pathetic servant, I am not a messiah sent to you by the dark powers of this land. I have not come to lead you to a path of immortality. However, many souls you have bled on your hidden altar. However many visitors you have tortured in your dungeon, know that you are not the ones who brought me to this beautiful land. You are but worms writhing in my earth. You say that you are accursed, your fortune spent. You abandoned love for madness. You took solace in the bosom of another woman, and sired the stillborn son. Cursed by darkness, of that I have no doubt. Save you from your wretchedness? I think not. I much prefer you as you are. Your dread lord and master, Strahd Zorovich.
Perfect. So you've got that letter and you just read it in this room. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna call the rest of the. Actually, I'm locked in, right?
No, you're not locked in. It's just the door is closed behind you.
Let's move the skeleton off the chest.
Okay. Yeah.
chest
Why don't
locked?
you? And the chest is half opened. As you move the skeleton, you kind of get a closer look at the skeleton, and you can see 3 darts stuck in the front of it, right in the chest.
I
Three
steal the
darts.
man's skull.
3 darts. Yeah. Why don't you? No, I think you just would know, and you'd get the sense based on the positioning that they seemed like the chest itself was triggered a trap when it was opened initially, and that's where the darts came from, and killed this unfortunate person.
Okay, so I look in and see what he died for.
Yeah. All right. You find 3 blank books with black leather covers, all worth about 25 gold pieces each. You're gonna find 3 magic scrolls, which I will pull out for you here. We've got the spell Bless, the spell Protection from Poison, and Spiritual Weapon. You also find the deed to the house. It's signed by Gustav and Elizabeth Durst, and it bequeaths the house, the windmill, and all other family property to Rosavalda and Thornbolt Durst in the event of their parents' death.
Oh, okay. What was the very first thing I found?
You found a couple of books.
Okay,
I've got it all right here for you. Oops, that's not it.
Let's pocket the magic spells and leave the room.
All right. Sounds good.
And
You
then-
come back out, and everybody's just kind of standing around. What are Darnan and Udala and Hildegard doing at this point?
I don't see a child, so maybe we should go back downstairs and look at the last room, see if we can find a way to the basement.
On the way down, I follow him and tell him what I just discovered.
Sure. So you can tell everybody that as you guys head downstairs.
Well, Hildegard, that was lovely playing music with you. I didn't realize you were so capable.
Thank you. You as well. It was. I love group performances.
Yeah. Is there any reason we abandoned that crying youngster upstairs to wander back down here?
There was none.
Well,
I
there
thought I heard
was,
something, but there's no child upstairs. I might have just been hearing things.
That's possible.
Our
Could
primary goal
also
is to
been
find the
further
basement.
upstairs.
Who's the last one to come down the stairs, do we think?
Probably would have been Darnan.
Real quick,
Okay.
did they say they put the monster in the basement or the attic? Because I feel like I just put that.
Basement.
They said the monster was
Monster's
in the
basement. The child's upstairs.
Okay.
Let's go. I'm going for the kid
So,
first.
yeah,
Or the monster.
Darden, as you're coming down the stairs as the last person, you're not sure if it's a squeak from the wood beneath you or somebody in front of you, or if it's actually the true sound of a baby cry, like a single crying note, and then it gets lost. And it sounds like it's coming even further above, because you were on the second floor. It was up the spiral staircase even more. Udala, you come downstairs and you open the last door and you find what appears to be a kitchen. It is very tidy. It's got dishware and cookware and utensils neatly placed on shelves. There's a work table with a cutting board and a rolling pin. And then there's a nice metal-shaped, dome-shaped oven in the far end with a pantry in the back.
Twitch is going to whisper to herself that she must find the child, and she's very good with children, and she's going to run back upstairs.
Can I
Now,
follow Twitch?
Twitch, you might want to... Oh, shit. All right.
I'll go after her.
Yeah, I'm following Twitch too.
Okay, Udala, you hear everybody start to run up the stairs.
Yeah, I'm just looking to make sure no one's in the basement.
Yeah,
Start
as
going
you
back upstairs.
as you were about to leave the kitchen, and everybody's kind of run upstairs.
Wait,
And
no, I was gonna follow.
Oh,
her
Eric's
to the
still-
kitchen.
Okay, you pop in there, and you see Udala on her way out with her eyes completely white. And Udala, you see what looks like a servant dressed in kind of black robes that seems to be preparing some sort of feast in the kitchen. And it's a very brief instant, and then you come back to see Eric right in front of you.
Just shake my head, go upstairs.
Okay, and just walk right past Eric. Don't even say a thing. I
I
love
look
it.
at him and then I just go upstairs.
Okay, let's
And
go
Eric
back.
just wonders, like, that Minotaur is one foxy lady, and then he
Okay, Twitch, are you in the lead, or was Darnan in the lead?
Darnan's trying to chase Twitch down.
I am
Twitch,
in
okay.
the lead, and I am going all the way up.
All the way up. All right.
All the way.
Twitch is now
Magic.
half German.
Yes.
Can Magic Mike find the opportunity to give bless to the cleric? To give his bless scroll to the
Oh
cleric?
yeah. You can give it to the cleric. Darnan, you have a scroll of bless.
Excellent.
The other thing you might want to do, Mike, I know you're not super familiar with the spells, but that spiritual weapon is also a cleric spell.
I was going to go ahead and turn that over to you. I was just looking at my spell list
Yeah,
right now to try to
no
figure it
problem.
out.
He can still use it though, can't he?
If you don't have access to that spell, I don't believe you can use
Oh.
a spell scroll for it. I could be wrong, and then Twitch will correct me. Okay,
Well, thank you for that, Mike. I appreciate that.
all right,
I just
Twitch.
ran that off.
Crazy
have
Mike,
run-
apologies.
You have run all the way up to the 3rd floor. And what you see is you crest the
done.
stairs.
I don't even need to ask the voices in my head because I know
Yeah.
what they're going to say. They
Okay, hold
will
on a
want
second.
me to
Hold
steal
on.
all of the coat of armor that's in front of me.
Okay, hold on a second.
Well, you gotta
As
have
you-
the scene described for you.
Yep, so as you come up, the first thing you would notice as you're running up is that this floor is a change from the 2 floors before this. This is a dirty floor. It's full of cobwebs and dust. It's compared to the 2 floors below, which were just pristine. As you climb the red marble staircase to its full height, and you I can't speak. You exit into a dusky balcony. You see a suit of black plate armor standing against one of the walls, draped in cobwebs. There's oil lamps mounted on the oak wooden panels, which are carved with woodland scenes of trees, falling leaves, and tiny critters. Okay.
Do I
What does
steal the
Twitch want to do?
cobwebs or do I steal the armor? I can't decide. I'll start with the cobwebs. I am going to begin trying to roll them up on one of the books I've stolen earlier, and I'm going to steal the cobwebs.
Okay, so you're gonna go up and start rolling the cobwebs up. Darnan, you're coming up next. Who was behind Darnan?
Me.
Oh, and
Okay.
then I am going to put on the armor.
And then who's behind Udala?
Me.
Eric, and then Hildegard, and then Mike?
I was the one after.
Yeah, Mike's always gonna be last. No, I think I came up second. I chased behind the half.
Okay, hold on. Hildegard, you were where?
I thought I was behind Dornan.
Oh yeah, Eric
I
was
was
last
the
this
first
time.
one to say I was going
Oh,
after
was
Twitch.
it?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you're right there. Udala, you were
Last
after
or second to last.
second to last, and then Eric, and then Crazy Mike. All right, let's do that. Okay. So as you come up the stairs first, or second, I should say, Darnan, you see Twitch rolling up these kind of cobwebs to the side, and I would imagine Twitch kind of turns around to show you what she's doing, and you notice before she does that the suit of armor comes to life and pulls a great big sword out and turns and looks to make an attack against the
Am
what
I
race are you
upstairs
again?
yet?
Not quite. We're gonna roll initiative here.
Better duck your head down, young
Alright,
man.
first-
The voices in my head, they're killing me.
A three-way tie for initiative.
All right. Udala, you are first. You got a couple people in the stairwell. What do you want to do?
Do we even know this is happening?
Yeah, was this like a
yeah.
surprise round technically?
I'm gonna say that. Yeah, probably. You're probably right. Let's skip ahead to the armor then. At this point.
I'm after the armor, yeah.
Yep. So we'll have armor first. Unfortunately, should I haven't even we hadn't discussed this. I think I'm just gonna roll in front of you guys if that's all right, because that's just how I usually run my games.
Go for it.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I just typically roll the d20 and then I tell you if it. Okay, well that was a miss. Regardless,
Not just a miss, that was a perfect miss.
that was a really bad miss. Okay.
Light.
It's going to take one swing, and then this. Now everybody hears and sees a sword crash down right next to Twitch, cutting the very cobwebs she is trying to wrap up. And then it's going to make a second attack, and that will hit you, Twitch, for a total of 8
Oh, jeez.
slashing damage.
Ooh, tickle.
All right, Darnan, you see this happening, and you are the first. Whoops! I just rolled again. That's unfortunate. We're gonna skip to Darnan. Your turn.
Well, Donan's gonna move up a bit, get out of the way of the staircase. Probably move over this way a little bit. Move it, Crazy Mike. And I'm gonna turn to the armor and say, "Well, that wasn't very nice. I expect you to apologize." And I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead,
Sure, what
which
does it need
is
to do?
a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw.
It will not pass.
Alrighty. Then I do 1d8 damage, 3 points of damage to it,
3 points of damage. It is. All right.
as the sound of steel drums bangs through its head.
Boom, boom, boom. All right. Anything else you'd like to do? Any movements or bonus actions? Anything else?
I'm just gonna turn to Twitch and be like, "You better get yourself safe there, young madam."
All right. I accidentally re-rolled initiative, so we're just gonna go with this initiative. But what would be happening is we would skip to the top. So, sorry, Udala. I know you were first last time, and now you're last. But
I probably can't
Crazy
see
Mike.
anyway.
Crazy Mike, you hear clanking of armor and swords and noises upstairs. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna try to run upstairs as fast as Crazy Mike can.
All right, it's going to be encumbered movement, which means half movement up the stairs. But you would be able to use most of your movement to get up to the top of the stairs, squeezing past, excuse me, and get to the top.
All right.
And you'd see the suit of armor that's actively trying to swipe down at Twitch.
I smell and cast Firebolt.
All right, go ahead and roll that with your attack over here.
Let's get over there. I'm just going way too far. Give me 1 second.
No problem. It's the button right. Yep. There you go. An 11. The fire shoots wide and hits the wall and kind of fizzles out.
Oh, poor guy.
Anything else you want to do?
Oh, no, I think I'm done for this one.
Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think Twitch got all the cobwebs, so those have just caught on fire.
Then we got burning cobwebs and
We got some burning cobwebs all around this thing. Twitch.
I am going to stabby and disengage as a bonus
All right.
action. Stabby first.
All right, let's see it.
Do I have sneak attack?
Darnan, did you get? You probably didn't get within 5 feet,
Nope.
or did you?
Absolutely not. No.
Okay. Darnan was unfortunately a little further than 5 feet away, so no. All right, a 14. Ping bounces off this just suit of armor that seems really dense, thick metal, and it seems ineffective.
I use my bonus action to disengage.
All right, where are you
and
going?
I'm gonna try to run through this door and hide on the other side.
Okay. Perfect. You make it. Okay. You open that door. It is unlocked, and you pop into a room. Let's do this. This might be a little tricky here, but we can do it. We can do it. That would be room. Okay. Thank you for sticking with me, guys. All right. So you pop in to an old, dusty room with cobwebs and kind of just it looks like it used to be a very fancy bedroom, but is now dirty, dusty, and full of cobwebs. There's a fireplace on one end. There's some stained glass doors that kind of open up to a balcony overlooking the front of the house. There's an adjacent door that looks like it opens, is kind of cracked open, and you can catch a glimpse as you walk in, of what looks like a nursery. The bedroom itself contains a large bed with 2 end tables, a wardrobe. Mounted on the wall of the wardrobe is a full-length mirror with an ornate kind of carved wooden frame that looks like ivy and berries. Yeah, and you pop in. I think that's probably the most of your turn. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Darnan, we will come back to you now.
All right. Well, I'm still kind of staring this armor down a bit, and I'm just gonna stand there and say, "All right, everybody, let's ring the dinner bell." And I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead again.
Toll the Dead. All right. That is a wisdom save. You said it was
13.
13. It does not pass.
Does not pass. All right.
It's not a very wise suit of armor.
So because I have hit it already, I get to do a D12 instead of a D8.
All right.
And it takes 7 points of damage.
Okay, you see one of the kind of shoulder plates falls to the ground. But it's still
Wonderful.
standing strong.
I'm just gonna stay right where I am and
Okay.
just kind of
It
contemplate.
has now, as Twitch has shifted, has kind of basically just booked it out of there. You see the armor has now kind of turned towards you. All right, Hildegard, you're coming up the stairs.
Oh, and that is I think necrotic damage. Yeah, necrotic damage.
Good to know. Thank you.
Just to be specific.
All right.
All right, Hildegard.
Was I still able to see most of the fighting that happened before?
Yeah, yep. You were just coming up the stairs, so you definitely
Okay.
saw it. And you saw Crazy Mike just speed by you somehow. like super quick.
Yeah. Okay, well, how far away am I about?
I would say you're about 15 feet away.
Okay. So, Hildegard's just gonna pull out the rapier, run in, and take a swing.
All right. You may do so. Go ahead and roll an attack on your roller.
Okay. E.
A 21 will hit.
Ooh.
Great roll. So you find a little spot where the armor comes together, and you slide right in between it and just smack this thing for 6 points of damage.
Yeah.
And that kind of just loosens another piece of the armor, and it seems like it's starting to fall apart a little bit. All right, Eric.
Eric's gonna run up past $2,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna try to get into the middle of Hildegard and Dawn and Val right here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are you you're gonna be in their space?
I'm gonna not be in. Well, I'm gonna
So
try
they're
to be more
they're
right
both pretty
next to
big.
them.
probably go there.
Yeah.
So I think you'd have to squeeze through them, but I don't think you could be in the same spot as them, unless you
Yeah,
could,
yeah.
but you'd be taking some disadvantage. Otherwise, you could squeak through, as a quick halfling to that spot if you'd like. Is that good?
I was trying to get to here, so I'd be within 5 feet of both of them. Is
Within
that
5 feet of both. Okay. You'd have to share space with them at this point. It's kind of cramped up here. What
Okay.
are you planning to do?
I really wanted to get into a spot where my reaction were to impose disadvantage on the armor. So,
Sure. Yeah,
I
if you were
guess
in this spot, you'd still be within 5 feet of them.
okay, then I'll get there, take my
All right.
rapier, and stab him in the butt.
All right, go ahead and make an attack.
Okay, let me get to my table pawn. Standard attack.
23, good roll.
Very nice.
All right, you with that tiny rapier blade are able to just poke it right in the middle of it, right in the center, and it looks like it's actually turned its its vision from Darnan straight down to you. It's surprised that this small thing has just shoved a blade inside of it. Anything else you'd like to do?
Let me just check real quick. Can I enact my bonus action to do a smite?
So the bonus action you have to do before you attack that spell.
Okay, never mind then. Sorry
Mites
about
work
that.
after you find out if you
Well,
Smite
so hold
work.
on. So he's got a spell that is a smite. There is also a feature that you could use after you hit. It's not a bonus action. It's just divine smite. So you could use a spell slot to smite if you'd like. But the spell that you took, that one you'd have to do right before you attack.
that is true.
Okay, well, you know what? No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
So I'll just, yeah, I guess I'm just good. I'll just stay where I am right now.
All right. Udala.
Okay, so walk up, see how terribly crowded this room is,
Yes.
and just kind of hold my warhammer over someone's head and shoot a firebolt at it.
You shoot a fire bolt. Okay.
'Cause I
Yeah, I don't know if we set up
Please.
your calculator for that. So just roll a
it-
d20.
it's the same as my charisma, so I should be able to just throw a standard attack.
Okay, so you did a 22. Now roll a d10 for the damage then.
Oh yeah.
All right, 6. Perfect. All right, so that hits and does 6 damage. This thing is nearly all on the ground at this point, but somehow the magic that holds it together is still barely hanging on. You basically just have an arm holding a sword at this point, but it's still there. Anything else you want to do, Udala, on your turn?
That's it for now, so I just have my warhammer and shield out.
Okay. The armor's going to turn back and try to make an attack against Darnan the turtle.
I believe it has disadvantage on that.
Yeah.
I'm going to use a reaction to give him disadvantage.
All right. Well, then we will roll 2d20s and take the lowest. Okay. So.
Total of
does-
35.
No. It's either a 17 or an 18.
Oh, I got you.
Plus 4. So 21, I think. Will still
hit,
hit.
actually. Yep.
It's gonna come down with some damage here on you. Gonna do 4 piercing damage. It's then gonna turn to the little one who just gave it disadvantage, and with its second attack, does it have disadvantage on one attack or both?
When a creature you see attacks a target other than me, so it's other than me, so I'm. Yeah.
Okay, well, it's gonna turn to you then, and it's gonna try to attack you. It's so distracted by this tiny thing. It swung way above your head. It just totally misjudged because it doesn't have eyes anymore. All right, we're back at the top. Crazy Mike, there's barely anything left of this thing. What do you want to do?
Crazy Mike is gonna go with a fireball.
All
I
right,
mean, a firebolt.
shoot it.
A fireball. I was about to be like, I would back my butt up all the way.
All right, I'm gonna say with what's left of this thing, it doesn't have the armor class it used to. So you are able to hit it with that firebolt, and it just the hand goes up in flames, and the rest of the armor just kind of dissipates in flames, and we are out of combat. Good job. That was our first combat. We did it.
We all
Nobody
lived,
died.
but I'm like
Nice
half
job
dead.
there, Crazy Mike.
Okay. Did we lose
Nope, we
somebody?
lost him again. Yeah, we've been losing Crazy Mike every once in a while.
Well, I can pop in on Twitch if we need.
Yeah, if you could.
Probably be back in a sec.
Sure, give me a second. Let me pop us in. Holding for technical difficulties.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, he's back. Good. All right,
Corey,
and we're back.
Thank
Oh, look at the cat. Oh, look at the cat.
Sorry.
All right. Okay, so Twitch, you have just walked into this room. Everybody else is out here. So I'm going to start with you, Twitch. As you walk into this room and everything kind of settles, you hear the clanging of swords and other things going on in the room behind you. And then the sound kind of gets muffled and dull, and then it disappears. And you have another one of these out-of-body experiences. And your eyes again go white. This time, instead of hearing the clamor of armor and metal, you hear a knock at the door. And you turn around, and you see a young woman dressed in a maid's outfit open the door. And standing in front of the door is the gentleman in the picture from before, Gustav, the father of the children. And he opens the door, and he says, "Why did you run away so quickly earlier? I miss you." And the maid turns around and walks back into the room, and she says, "Oh, Gustav, I can't keep this act up any longer. She's starting to suspect the truth. I just know it." And she turns back to him, and you can see she's now slowly caressing her lower abdomen, which you now see the beginnings of a small baby bump in her lower belly. And all of a sudden your eyes become clear again, and you're back in the room. What do you want to do, Twitch?
First and foremost, I'm going to tell everybody that I did everything in that fight, just so they know. Then I am going to tell everyone that, well, kind of what I just saw, except not like I'm crazy, okay? I don't want them thinking I have voices in my head.
Well,
Hey, young Twitch.
Eric says, you've announced that you've already had voices in your head, though.
No, I didn't. Or did I? No, I
Hey.
didn't.
Hey,
You
Twitch.
said. And I'm gonna start talking to myself again, like to my voices in my head.
Twitch, can you pay attention for a couple of seconds?
Oh, just a spell, yes?
Yeah. Just a thought, if you would like. If you're gonna keep running up ahead of everybody, you're gonna keep getting stabbed like that, and I'd rather that not happen.
But we've got to find the baby! And then I'm gonna
I
just
know,
open
I
the
know.
next door.
All right, there
yeah,
we
so
go.
there's a door that you saw was already slightly ajar that opens up to what appears to be a nursery. As you push it open further, you see that it is, in fact, a nursery that contains a crib. I'll pull it up for you. A crib with a hanging black shroud that you see tightly wrapped is a baby-sized bundle lying in the crib. Give me a second.
Is
Will
Darnum
do.
coming up next to me and, like, with me, or...?
No, you ran off again.
No, I
Eric
just
went
opened the
into
door
the
that was
room
right
with
next to
you.
me.
No, I'm basically standing in the doorway, just like,
Okay.
you probably shouldn't be so suicidal over there.
All right, Eric comes in and sees the room. So Twitch, you've got this door open, and the rest of the group's out here. Is anybody else doing anything?
I'm lagging behind as usual.
Okay, good.
I'll kind of slowly start working my way there, but no. Then
Yeah, I'll investigate as well.
Oh, sorry there, Hildegard. Didn't mean to run into you.
Can I like kind of look around the room we're already
Oh,
in?
Lord, I did it
Yeah.
again.
You
It's,
look around and
Oh,
cramped
God.
quarters.
I'll
you
stand
look
over here,
around
man. That's all
and you
right.
don't find anything too different from what you saw before. There's still some more cobwebs in the room, but otherwise it's the armor's gone. But otherwise it's pretty empty. This is just a kind of a balcony area with three different
Are there
doors.
any more doors? Okay, so
Yep. So there's a door here. There's there's a door around the corner, and then there's a big double door right here.
Over there, yeah.
that
all
have not
right.
been
Well,
opened.
you know what? We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna open that double door.
All right. So you walk over this way to open the double door. Udala, what are you doing? Sorry, the
Falling to the
cobwebs get in the
ground.
way.
Oh, there I go. Damn it, I keep running into Hildegard.
I can just get rid of
I'm just
some
gonna put myself
cobwebs.
right here.
Just
That's
lay
very
down
weird.
for a spell.
Yeah, there we go. So you want to go into this door right here, Udala?
Where the hell did I
gotta
go?
open this door.
So
Okay.
we're gonna separate like Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
You know how Darnum was saying we need to stay together so we're safe, and now all of a sudden all of us are just going everywhere.
I've somehow disappeared entirely.
Last time I did it, I got 3
Eric is
magic
trying
throws.
to,
Oh shit,
Eric
we
is
lost
gonna try to steal the
Darnum.
mirror off the wall.
Hey,
Yeah,
might
every-
be underneath.
You know what?
Every
Let
once
me
in a while,
grab-
Discord crashes in browser.
Okay, let's pause for a second here. I gotta pull out Darnan. We
I've done disappeared, folks.
Okay,
I'm-
so can I just narrate what Twitch is saying to herself right now, because it's actually kind of interesting to listen to.
sure.
So first, Twitch is saying after Darnan actually warns her, she's gonna say, I think I'm
Thank
going
you.
to be the first one dead if I keep doing this. Oh, what's that smell? And she's gonna go and she's gonna literally lean over the crib and she's gonna smell the crib. And then after that, she's gonna be like, search for evil necromantic baby traps. Detect evil for demonic toys. I don't have detect evil. And I'm gonna continue walking around the room, and then I'm gonna say to myself as I'm like pacing up to this wall, I'm gonna be like, steal the baby. That's a good idea. And then I'm gonna like be like, oh, I'm out for caution, but I think I'm outnumbered. And then I'm gonna go back to talking about possibly stealing the baby. And then I'm gonna talk to myself and be like, seems a little extreme though, doesn't it? And then other than that, that's pretty much all you guys have. And it does appear that I am going to at some point try to steal the baby unless one of you guys interacts with me while I'm
Alright.
talking to myself.
Eric, I heard you say detect evil, so he's going to say, okay, no problem, and he's gonna do a divine sense, which is within 60 feet. He detects the presence of any undead, celestial, or fiends, or anything that's consecrated or desecrated.
Awesome. Okay, so you will be doing that. Udala's going into this room. And then Hildegard is going where?
That's a really good question.
And Darnan, because Crazy Mike popped over into the big room over here.
I think Hildegard's going to go inspect this bedroom and the
All right.
nursery.
And Darnan?
Donan's just gonna kind of stay where he can get
Okay.
to everybody as soon as
Fair enough.
necessary.
I think that is very fair. All right, let's start from the side here. So, Crazy Mike, you walk in and you see a very nice bedroom. This looks like the master suite, from what you can tell. There's large double doors. The doors themselves had nice kind of stained glass that's full of dust at this point. And the designs kind of resemble a windmill, similar to that seal that you took earlier. Cobwebs are filling this room. It's got burgundy drapes covering the windows. The furnishing, including the four-poster bed, all have innate carvings on them. There's a rotting animal skin rug right in front of the fireplace. There's a dust-covered portrait of Gustav and his wife Elizabeth Durst hanging above the fire. And then there's a little parlor in the back that's got a couple of chairs and a table, and yeah, and a little closet that appears to be empty.
All right. Let's go. Let's use Mage Hand to peel that rug back.
Peel the rug? Yeah, it's just it's like been here for a long time.
Just a
It
regular
kind of
disgusting
crumbles. It like crumbles in your mage hand.
Okay. You said there's a bed there.
There's a bed, yes.
I'm just gonna go lay in a bed. Crazy
Okay.
Mike's tired.
Oh wow.
Okay. You that's actually really interesting. As you come over to the bed, you touch the sheets and you kind of peel back the sheets, and then you lose the world again, and you come out of your body, and you now see the woman from the portrait, Elizabeth, come bursting through the door, the two double doors that you just had come through, and she says, "Gustav, the dark powers have sent us the black carriage. It's outside right now. Strahd is here." And you come back and you find yourself laying in the bed, and you're covered, instead of sheets, just in cobwebs.
Jump up, knock all the cobwebs off. I'm not that crazy.
Oh, I forgot to mention, there is a nice little kind of jewelry table back here.
Yeah, that's what I was going next, was to the parlor.
Yeah. You can go over there and take a look at it. It's a nice vanity. It's got a jewelry box on the top that looks to be worth a fair amount of gold. As you kind of pull that open, you'd find 3 gold rings and a thin platinum necklace with a topaz pendant.
Can I fit the rings?
On your fingers? Yeah,
I'm putting it all on.
for sure.
Ice
The necklace looks like it's
That
probably
ice.
worth quite a bit.
You said the necklace looks like what?
Yeah, of all of them, I think the necklace probably looks the most expensive, but they
Can
all
I-
look very nice.
Can I like thoroughly look over the necklace?
Yeah, you definitely can. It's not it's not very clean. It's got a bunch of dust on it, just like everything else in the room. It doesn't tingle your magical sense in any way that this is some sort of magic item, but it does seem like it's just a very valuable necklace.
And then I'm guessing the same with the rings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, what was left in the room? Let's check the closet.
Yeah, completely empty. You search through the rest of the room and don't really find anything else worth value.
All right. Well, yeah, we're gonna leave out.
All right. In the meantime, we've got Darnan kind of waiting around and hearing Crazy Mike zip through a bunch of different
Oh,
drawers
I'm
and stuff.
Did I
Oh,
check
what's
the
up?
painting? Did I take the painting?
You can look at the painting. Yeah, it's a picture of Gustav and Elizabeth Durst, the parents.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
No, that's all
all I
right.
wanted.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to.
How you doing in there, Mike?
I'm feeling all right. How you feeling over there?
I'm just making sure you don't kill yourself on nothing like our friend Twitch keeps trying to do.
Oh well, I haven't done enough killing them all yet for that, so hopefully not.
Alrighty.
All right, Udala, you open the door and looking in. It's a tight storage room. There's dusty shelves lining the wall. There's a few shelves that have folded sheets, blankets, old bars of soap, but the rest is kind of cobweb covered, including a broom in the way back of the room. What do you want to do?
Look around, see nothing of interest, and just close the door again.
Sure.
Getting
sounds good.
frustrated as there's like no baby, no way to the basement.
So,
Well, she's not a baby. So.
there is Twitch. We will come to you next. Actually, we're gonna do this kind of simultaneously because these are both happening. Twitch is walking around mumbling to herself. Says something about detect. Did you say detect?
He said
Good and
detect
evil? Yeah,
evil.
detect good and evil, and that kind of triggered Eric to be like, oh, that's right. Let me take a look. And Eric closes his eyes and feels out with his holy powers and gets a really sick feeling in his stomach as he looks right over where Twitch is, and standing right in front of Twitch. You see this kind of figure that comes up, but you wouldn't actually even need the sense at this point, because appearing from right below this nursery is this woman that appears in the same clothing as what
Is
Twitch
this
saw.
a vision or is this?
No. This is coming right out now. So Eric is seeing this through his divine sense, and you are seeing in front of you this ghostly figure that looks just like the woman in the maid uniform previously, and she is floating right above the bed, and she looks down at you as you were saying, "Gotta steal the baby," and you kind of reach out towards this baby. She opens her eye, like her piercing eyes look straight down at you. She opens her mouth and she says,
Don't touch the baby.
Simultaneously, Eric screams out, "Get the fuck away from the baby! There's a woman in there!"
"Twitch, what are you doing?"
Did anyone else hear that?
Okay, so as soon as that happened...
Yes, so everybody hears that throughout.
So what I'm actually saying is I was actually fixated on the whole demonic toys and necromancer thing, so I was like sitting there and I was like, I was really hoping for demonic toys. My last ones ran off of, and teehee, poor town. And then I'm gonna like totally like be just prancing around. I'm gonna reach forward to steal the baby, and that voice is gonna come out and say that. And then I'm like, I don't know, do I freak out? Do I steal the baby? I don't know what I do.
Well, you ask Twitch.
No.
In the meantime,
I touch the baby. I steal the baby. I pick up the swaddling baby and I run away with it.
Okay.
Oh no.
We will roll some initiative then.
Damn it!
Eric's gonna-
Guys, just let
Oh,
Twitch
Eric,
That's the
die.
armor. Give me a second. Sorry.
My
re-roll it.
initiative
Don't take-
is delightful.
Nope, we're gonna re-roll it. I'm sorry, I pulled the wrong token. Nursemaid. I know.
Wait,
know,
I
I'm the
was
worst.
number one though.
I know. I am sorry. This is the initiative. Congratulations,
Still a
Hildegard.
0. What up?
No, I'm
All right.
second.
Congratulations,
Okay.
Hildegard. You just heard some yelling in the other room about not touching a baby, and then what do you want to do?
Can I see whatever this is?
Yeah, you could, as a free action, you can kick that door open.
Oh, definitely.
Like all the way. It was just kind of half open at this point. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you clearly see this ghastly figure, this maid, who's basically reaching out and looking like she's just gonna claw the ever-loving crap out of Twitch.
All right. Well, I'm going to point at this thing and say, "Don't touch my friend, you butter-faced spam lotion," and cast vicious mockery.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
That's pretty vicious.
I pulled
That's,
up an insult generator.
There
All
you
right. I believe that's a wisdom save, and that is a fail.
All
go
right,
ahead and, do your damage. Do your worst.
All right, I gotta look up the spell real quick. 1d4. Yep. Okay, 1d4.
All right. Oh, good. All right.
Hit.
Yep. So, and that is psychic damage. That you see it, your insult ringing off the walls. It kind of is bouncing off the walls, and this maid just kind of shrieks a little bit as it hits her, and but yet she looks like she is still very upset at the person in front of her who has just grabbed this this baby.
And she
All right.
has disadvantage on her
All
next
right,
attack.
and
Yes. Anything else?
as a bonus action, I would like to inspire Twitch.
Yeah, you may do so. Is that a D6?
Yes.
All right, Twitch. What do you want to say anything, or is it just like?
I can't think of anything clever right now, so I'll say,
out.
Twitch. Yeah. Come get out of there. We'll help,
All right.
and hopefully we'll inspire them to run away.
All right. The nursemaid. She turns, or she is going to be reaching out with her claws, but first she's just going to screech.
Don't touch the baby! Give me my baby!
And then she's going to attack.
Oh.
For let's see, plus. Okay, 20. That'll hit, correct?
Disadvantage.
20 definitely
Disadvantage.
hits.
You are correct. Yep. Hold on though. It is disadvantage. And that is in
Still gonna hit.
18. And it wasn't. So her claws don't actually hit you. What happens is she's reaching out to try to grab the swaddle, but then she kind of gives you one of these Dementor kisses, where like she starts to just
What?
suck the life out of you. She's just pulling some of your life essence out of you, and you're gonna take 12 necrotic damage.
Ooh.
Can you make a Constitution saving throw for me?
I mean, if it has to do with more damage, I am out.
Okay. Your maximum hit points were reduced by 12. Just a heads up with that.
I passed my Constitution save.
You did. Then never mind.
Oh, that's a big
Yeah,
pass
con save
too.
21.
That is a good pass. So you are a-okay, but you are unconscious, and that swaddled blanket that you were holding onto falls to the ground and unravels, revealing an empty blanket.
What?
All right.
Wait, it wasn't a baby?
Crazy Mike! You're
I'm
across the hall and you hear these screeching, and somebody just hit the ground.
gonna run in and go help.
All right,
I'm
you
gonna stop.
you got about 30 feet. Yeah, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You get to about this doorway.
All right. Can I open the door?
You can open it, but that's all the movement. That's
All right.
as far as you
Door's
get.
already open, isn't it?
Oh, door is open.
Oh, you
yeah.
know what it is open.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you can
I'm
you
just
can
gonna
see
look.
in, but you can't see exactly what's going on. Anything else you want to do?
How well can I see?
I mean, you can see these guys really well, but you can't see in this room where
Oh,
the
okay.
action's happening.
Yeah, that's gonna be it there.
Okay, Twitch, it is your turn. Would you roll a death saving throw at the start of your turn?
Sure.
Just a d20 for me.
Yes.
16.
Nice.
All right, 1 success. Eric.
Eric is gonna grab this mirror and try to run in this window.
Oh man, that's interesting. Okay, so you're gonna grab the mirror and try to what?
Run in the room, and he's gonna
Okay.
point the mirror to the spirit and say,
Yeah.
"Be gone, spirit.
So-
You no longer belong in this realm."
Oh boy. Okay, so before you can even show this thing the mirror, when you grab it, you actually see that it's on a hinge, and you've just opened up what looks like an opening to a very dusty stairwell that goes upwards. So it is like a
weird.
door basically.
Can he try? Oh shit.
You could, if you want, you can. Why don't we just have you make like a strength check to see if you can rip it off its hinge, real quick.
Please.
Strength or athletics, your
Got it.
choice.
Wait, strength or what? I mean,
Athletics or strength, if you've got it.
let me double check something. I want to see which one's stronger.
Okay. You can just click athletics. It can't be less strong.
What's that supposed?
There's no way it would be less. So go ahead and just click athletics.
Oh
for
yeah,
me.
yeah. Okay, so athletics. Please, Daddy needs a new mirror. 16.
All right,
Not
you
bad.
do. You pull this thing off its hinge. What do you want to do with it?
I'm gonna run over to the spirit, and
Yep.
I say, "Be gone, spirit. You no longer belong in the realm of the living."
Nice. Do anything with actions or bonus action? Or, well, I guess you pulled off the mirror. Anything else you want to do while that's happening, and then I'll narrate it?
No.
Okay.
He's
Well,
pretty
he also
good.
has to move in there, right?
Yeah.
Yep, so you're going to squeeze in there and hold this mirror up. And then you're going to see, as you hold this thing up and this light kind of shines forward, the nursemaid lets out this shriek. But that's all you can tell that happens on your turn. Udala, excuse me, your turn.
Okay. This is concerned.
It is
Alright,
tight,
so-
but you could squeeze in and get to that space if you'd like, yeah.
So run in, almost fall over again. See that she's reacting to the mirror, and just take out the warhammer and booming blade.
All right, let's see it. Go ahead and make a roll.
Did you find it there?
Oh, that'll definitely hit.
Very nice.
10 damage. Yes, so that just oof. Okay, that's some good damage against this thing. Its form is starting to kind of dissipate all around you, especially as you come through with that warhammer. All right. Anything else?
That's pretty much all I can do.
All right. Darnan.
All right.
Roll for initiative. I'm sorry.
Donan's gonna walk in here past Crazy Mike.
Okay,
Gonna take his spot. Whoop! I'm floating.
that's
now.
all right. That's all right.
Can I like kind of peek my head, my long turtle neck around the corner?
Yeah,
Enough to see the nursemaid.
sure.
I just want to kind of poke my head in, see what's going on, and go. Well, as always. Oh well, excuse me, madam. Please kindly fuck off. And I would like to cast Toll the Dead again.
That's
All
awesome.
right.
DC 13 Wisdom.
Wisdom. It does not
Oh,
pass. It
so
has taken some
sad.
damage. Go ahead and roll a d12.
It is taking a D12, 10, nope, 7. Sorry, 7 points
7
damage.
damage. Okay.
I had a mod on there for some reason.
It lets out an even larger shriek. And anything else before we move to Hildegard?
I think that is. Yeah, that's good for now.
All right, Hildegard.
Let's see. I'm gonna cry out Twitch and cast Healing Word on them.
Oh, somebody likes Twitch.
Someone likes the chat.
All right.
I'm here for you, chat.
Okay,
Okay,
just
so
so you guys
roll,
know,
1d6
when I'm
plus
healed,
first.
I apparently let out a very small fart. It's just a
Oh.
squeak.
That is definitely canon.
Also, the chat is
D4
saying that
plus-
Sam is their new favorite.
Perfect.
Yes.
So, will you actually Twitch? You roll the 1d6 plus what's your charisma? 3.
1d4.
It's a D4
Or d4.
plus 3.
Excuse me. Thank you. 1d4 plus 3. And then what else do you want to do, Hildegard?
You could still
Let's see.
viciously
I can't.
mock as an action if you wanted to.
Yep. You can do an
Okay.
action that was just a bonus action. Whatever you'd like
Right.
to do.
I know there's like weird rules involving spells.
Yeah, you can't cast another first level, but otherwise you're good.
Okay, I can still
you
do
can use
cantrips.
Yep.
Cantrip's good.
All right. Then I'm going to.
Mock her for
Yes.
like her,
I'm
her
gonna mock her.
lack
You.
of baby.
How dare you, you toilet stinking wood face?
You toilet stinking wood face. Oh my gosh.
And let me
Well, I don't
roll.
tell
I'll roll for it. So she's gonna do a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, that's right.
Uh, Plus what? 16. Does that pass?
That'll
Yeah.
pass.
I think it does.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. The nursemaid's turn. She is gonna let out a screech and say,
Where'd my baby go? Where is he?
and she's gonna just start floating around the room. And unfortunately, I believe she's gonna trigger a booming blade.
Yay.
Because she is just flying around. Udala, do you want to roll a d8?
I can't see.
What's a booming blade?
It is a cantrip that she basically, after Udala hit this nursemaid, there was just this static electricity all around the maid, and the moment she moved, it just boom, and took how much damage? I missed that. 4. That is enough to destroy this nursemaid. Which basically, the way this happens is there's a loud boom, and you see what's left of the nursemaid. And it just gets dissipated by the mirror and the light, and it just goes right out the window.
Okay,
And the nursemaid is gone.
just so you know, Twitch, upon seeing that, is going to say the following. I shall taunt you viciously for a second time, you silly English maid pig dog! Your mother was a chamber pot, and your father smelled of pine sol!
Oh my gosh.
Guess y'all
The
could say, here comes the boom.
And then
All
I'm
right.
gonna,
The paladin is going to pull out his water satchel and pour a little bit of water in respect for the spirit.
Okay, I'm gonna open something up here because we've got.
that's cool.
But yeah, that is really nice.
Well,
You
it
pull that
seemed
down.
like she was just searching for her baby,
Oh,
and
good,
she
God, I'll help
didn't
you
know
out.
she was dead.
All right, so Eric has just pulled this door
Oh,
wide
wait.
open. But yes, you drop out one for your fallen comrades, and yeah,
Nah, it's not a comrade.
I know. I'm just making a joke.
Eric
All
is
right.
not going to steal whatever in this drawer.
So just to be
You're gonna
clear
open-
though,
hold
there,
on, Twitch. You're gonna
Yeah.
open that drawer?
That's a. Well, I already said I am, so I guess I still am.
Gotcha. I just didn't hear you. I was clarifying because okay. There is nothing in the drawer.
There's nothing to borrow. He slowly makes his way up the stairs.
Okay, there's
Darnan
a
walked
dusty
into the
cobweb
room.
in front of you.
Twitch.
Sure.
Darnin, I'm not feeling too good.
Well, just hold still for a second. I got you. Now, what have we learned about running around in the tank?
I don't know. Let me ask voices in my head.
Crazy Mike, what are
Well,
you doing?
That's fair. I'm casting Cure Wounds, by the
Yeah.
way.
Have we
we'll
checked
come back.
this room right here yet?
Yes.
We have.
Yep.
All right.
You
Yeah. Crazy.
technically haven't checked this room, so if you wanted, you could poke your head in and see what just looks like an old
Do I have enough distance
bathroom.
to cover that?
Yeah, no, we're out of combat. You're just kind of at this point.
Oh,
we're
yeah. That's
back.
what I'm going.
Yeah, you could poke your head in and rustle around and find basically just an old bathroom with a wooden tub, and nothing too exciting as you sift through everything.
All right. I'm gonna go meet the group there.
All right, you come into the room. All right, what does Twitch say? Back to Darnan.
I am a regular Sam Regal. I shall look forward and tank for the team, Darnan. And I still have ham. Give me
Well,
the ham. I'm
I'm
kinda
not
hungry.
real sure what that means, but all right. Well, you're looking a little better now. Maybe try being a little less aggressively stupid moving forward.
I agree. I agree.
All right.
Can I give the druid my other scroll too? That's for him, not the druid, the cleric.
Which one?
I should
Which
have.
scroll?
Let me go look real quick.
So we got him right here. Actually, I put him right in front of you, in front of your character. So you've got bless, protection from poison, and spiritual weapon.
I think I have the protection from poison left. Let's go ahead and give that up too.
Okay, so you're gonna give all three to Darnan.
Yeah, I can't use any of them.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys have seen Eric went up the stairs. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Following.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where'd young Eric
Dallas
go?
going up.
There's
Hilda
some stairs over here, Darnan.
Oh goodness. Well, all right.
Yeah, really quick question. They were asking if were the rooms as old in the flashbacks as they were in real life?
Oh, great question. They were not.
Oh, they were like brand new? Like the house
They were
was
brand
a
new. The
different
whole
age?
thing. The
So-
whole thing was
so
a
were
different
the visions,
age.
did it feel like the visions were actually from a different time?
It did. Another time and another world. Yes. All right. Are we good?
So wait,
I'm good.
didn't you say in one of the visions that the baby was still a little bit of a baby bump, and then
Yes.
here
Yeah.
she is with the baby like fully?
Wait, did
Right.
we ever see the baby? A real baby?
So you never saw the baby. The one thing I guess I will clarify in that note, I know it was read in a Scottish accent, but there was an allusion to a stillborn son. So keep that in mind.
Oh.
So it's possible there was never a baby.
That's what I'm figuring.
All right, are we good, Jordan?
It was a baby. I think they just wait. The baby must have died.
That's what stillborn means.
I am good.
Okay, so you are good, and everybody else is good? Yes?
Yeah, I think we're good to go.
All right. Eric was the first one up the hall. I can't remember who came second, so you guys will have to let me know. But Eric, as you come up the stairs, you see a bare hall with multiple doorways, and it's choked with dust and cobwebs.
Eric's gonna start heading down the hall and head to the room on his left.
Over here. All right. At that point, who was next? Hildegard?
Me.
Or was it
I was
somebody
next.
else? Oh, no, yeah, it was Udala. All right, Udala comes up the stairs. What would you like to do? Bless whoever that was.
Bless you, man.
Excuse me.
Do I hear anything?
Ooh, great question. Make a perception check.
Oh boy, where's my sheet?
Ooh. You hear people very loudly coming up the stairs, and you're just like, I can't focus.
Alright. I guess I'll just go this way.
Okay,
Actually,
so you're right behind Eric as he's trying to come over to this door. Next up the hall, or next up the stairs.
I think that
Was-
might be me next.
All right,
Yeah,
you can
let's
pop up.
consider them.
And then with, I would say, Crazy Mike slightly behind.
Yeah.
Anything you two would like to do as you're coming up the stairs? This cobweb-filled area.
I'm just gonna just looking at the group.
Sure.
Nothing much.
Yeah,
Still
nothing
looking.
in particular.
All right, and then
Just-
the last two are going to make their way up the stairs just as Eric opens up the next doorway.
Twitch is for sure in front of me, by the way.
For sure.
Because if she was behind me, I would pretty much just assume she was going to try and run backwards and gotta keep.
All right. So you open up the back door. It looks like what is sort of a spare bedroom of sorts. Eric, as you pop your head in here, you see that it's got a slender bed. It's got a nightstand, a small iron stove, a writing desk with a stool, and then there's an empty wardrobe with a rocking chair. But aside from that, as you go through the room, you search high and low, and you don't really find anything in here.
What's the book say? This one.
That is, yeah. So that is some kind of scratchings of. It's like a guest book. So it's all the different names of people who have stayed in this room.
Do I recognize any?
You do not, and they're all very old-timey sounding. I don't want to say a name because that could be somebody's name, and then like I've just alienated somebody. So, old-timey names. That's all I'll say.
Elizabeth.
All right. And then yeah, anything that Darnan or Twitch would like to do as they're coming up the stairs.
Well, I'm just keeping an eye on young Twitch because, frankly, wherever she goes, she gets hurt. So I'm gonna very much just kind of follow her around, make sure she don't die.
Sir, I am going to be rolling the cobwebs, and I'm going to try to spin them into a fine cloth.
Huh. Well, you could grab a bunch of them if you'd like.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Anybody else want to do anything?
Is there like anything on the walls or?
No, these walls are very old and blank appearing.
With these all doors are all accessible.
They are, yep.
Let's go check this back right door.
Back right. Okay. So you come around the back, and you open up what appears to be another bedroom of sorts. I believe. I'm hoping I'm clicking the right one.
Yep.
And yeah, it's a pretty small spare bedroom. This one's just got a small stove, a nightstand, a rocking chair, and an empty wardrobe.
Let's look in the stove.
Okay. You find what looks like ash in there, but it is it's so old that just opening the door and that little bit of wind blows all of it out. It's just dust, powder.
Like I got a face full of ash right now.
Yeah.
I'm just licking my lips down. Let's check. Can I
right.
check the nightstand?
Yeah, nothing there.
All right, I'm just gonna go back to the group.
All right. Oh, everybody was below. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Anybody else want to do anything?
So someone opened another door?
Somebody has opened a couple doors. Yeah.
Now
Okay.
check that,
I think I missed
I wanna
the
look
first
at it.
room, but that's okay. My cat
That's all right.
was just...
That's all right.
I had
So-
to get rid of her.
Yeah, no, that's okay. So we've got this main hallway. I'll show you again with a couple of different doors. We have opened the door over by Udala right here,
Okay.
and this door over here, both of which were bedrooms.
Okay.
Can I open this one right here?
Yeah. So you you turn around and you say, "Twitch, don't move." And then as you come over, you actually, as you touch the doorknob, you again. I don't know that you've had a vision, so this would maybe be
I
your
have.
first.
I
you have.
I saw the music.
Oh, that's right. You
yeah.
get a similar sensation wash over you, and you lose the group and the sounds around you, and you are now standing right in front of this doorway, and you see Gustav and Elizabeth, the mother and father of the children, standing outside the room in the very same hallway that you're in right now. And Elizabeth is noticeably distraught. Gustav has a grim look on his face as he pulls an iron key from his pocket and locks the door. He then turns to his wife and his wife turns to him and says, "Gustav, you can't lock them in there. They have no way of getting out if something were to happen to us." "Nothing will happen to us. As I said, this is merely a precaution. We need to stick to the plan. I will start by apologizing to Strahd for devouring those adventurers. We couldn't have known those were his personal playthings. He will understand. Just trust me." And your eyes return to normal and to the room around you. As you,
everybody.
And as you try the knob, it's locked. It's actually the first locked door you've found.
As soon as the vision, I would have dropped the doorknob.
Yeah, but because your first action, you noticed it was locked. But yeah, you're no longer touching the door.
Excuse me, everybody. I just saw another vision. Looks like there may be some individuals that were locked in here a while back and most likely died because of it. So probably another crazy encounter ahead.
I am being told to charge into the room.
Okay, well, you run up to the door and poof, it's locked.
Oh yeah, probably should have mentioned that.
I'd like to give it a shot if I could unlock the door.
Sure. With what?
Thieves' tools.
Wait,
All
before
right.
he tries that, can I give him the key? I have.
Yeah, so
I think it's more fun to let him try.
Twitch, you go ahead and try. Go ahead and roll a dexterity sleight of hand. 11. I actually don't remember what it was. I will say that as you're trying that, it's just not quite working, and then you just see Mike just holding the key like right above your fingers, and then he kind of pushes you aside and unlocks the door.
Oh, where'd you get that key, Mike?
I just kind of wink at him.
All right, and we will open up the next room. So this room contains a bricked up window flanked by two dusty wooden framed beds sized for children. Closer to the door is a toy chest with windmills painted on the side, and a dollhouse that's a perfect replica of the dreary edifice in which you stand is on the other. These furnishings are draped in cobwebs. Lying in the middle of the floor are two small skeletons wearing tattered but familiar clothing. The smaller of the two cradles a stuffed doll that you also recognize. Mike, you were the first to enter the room. What do you want to do?
Darn it, I'll be right behind him, by the way.
I'm gonna tell the group that we saw ghost kids. Outside. That's what happened. We saw ghost kids.
Yeah. Does everybody want to come in, or is everybody sticking out? What's the plan?
Darnan actually wants to approach the skeletons.
Sure.
Hildegard wants to come in as well.
Twitch is freaking out just talking to herself. She doesn't know what to do, and she's full with dead children.
Sure. So, should I just assume everybody's coming in, or does somebody want to stay out?
I typically just kind of lean my head, and I'm partially.
Yeah. So you're always kind of in the doorway, like ready to act, but not in the room.
Yeah, Mike stopped at the door.
Perfect. And Eric is getting some food, not a problem. So he is still in that other room, just kind of looking around for stuff. Yeah, looking for something to eat over there. Okay. All right.
Can we have him like find like a spider or something to eat when he comes back?
Gross. What do you guys want to do in this room? So you're investigating or looking at
Well, I want to crouch down.
What do you want to
do some of the kind of ritualistic aspects of my culture of just kind of ushering them to the afterlife and just.
Yeah. Why don't you roll a religion check? Roll a religion check for me.
Sure. Let's see how this works. Oh, I turned it.
That's all right.
Religion.
8. All you can tell is these are not properly laid to rest, but that's about all you know.
I apologize for your predicament, children. I hope you get some measure of peace at some point.
Anybody doing anything else in the room?
I'll walk over and just kind of kick the skeletons.
Oh my god. Okay, the skeleton bodies themselves kind of crumble off to the side, like in pieces. They're very fragile.
Is
As he
there
does that,
anything
I
in
just
it?
want to like whack him in the kneecap.
I'm just rubbing it. I know what I did was wrong.
Crazy Mike. All right. Hildegard or Twitch?
I am just going to just kind of look around and see if there's anything else of note.
Yeah. So there's the two small child-sized beds. There's the skeletons. There is what looks like a toy chest in one corner, and then in the other corner it looks like a replica of the house.
Actually, I'll take a look at the house.
Sure. So you walk over, and you can tell that the roof of it is very easily peeled open, and you can see what looks like the exact layout of the upstairs that you've seen so far. As you're doing that, out from right in the house, you actually see two ghostly heads pop out, and it is the faces of Rose and Thorn. Oh, this is way too big.
Lord, children, you're big.
They come out and they start floating around the room in the air.
And we all see this.
Everybody in the room sees it. And they turn around and they say,
Please don't touch our toys. They're all we have.
Are these corporal ghosts or just images?
those are ghosts, floating in front of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna firebolt.
All right.
Well, Jesus Christ, Mike.
All right.
Hildegard was just putting her hands up and stepping back.
All right. Why don't you roll an attack real quick?
All right, let's get over there.
All right. So you shoot a bolt. Which one were you aiming at? The girl or the boy?
I'm going for the girl. Let's go for the girl.
The girl.
What the hell just happened?
Eric, you are
We're attacking some children for no reason.
Yes, Eric is in the other room. All right, so you see this fireball hits the girl ghost, and she shrieks in pain. Ow!
Oh, why did you do that?
We'll see what you did there, Mike. That wasn't very
Who are you?
I apologize and
You-
Twitch is
do you not
Twitch
remember?
whispers under her breath. Damn it, Mike!
you don't
Crazy
remember?
Mike!
Remember you? We've never met you.
Oh, well, we met some folks that look a lot like you right before we came in here.
That's the house. It must have played a trick on you. It does that sometimes.
That's a pretty funny joke.
Our
Yeah.
house is sentient?
I don't know what that means.
is your house alive?
Yes. It's
Children, are you?
evil.
Well, yeah.
Or
What?
has-
Are you okay? Are you,
We're just so
Gotta be
hungry and cold. We just want to go to sleep.
Eric's
I can
gonna
hear you,
try
bro.
to offer the kid a blanket.
Yeah. You hold out this blanket, and the little boy who was kind of hiding behind his sister, for once actually comes out and tries to reach for the blanket, and his hand goes right through it. And then he
I'm
just
gonna
starts
just,
crying and goes behind his sister again.
I'm gonna just go around them and I'm gonna wrap the blanket around and hold it for them so that they don't have to hold it.
Thank you.
So, I know this isn't the intent of the spell, but could Darnan use as a cantrip Spare the Dying on one of these skeletons? Just to try
Yeah, you
and
could try.
give them some peace?
Yeah, you could definitely try. As you cast your spell and you're touching pieces of their bodies, you see the magic is just not powerful enough, and it's not. It seems like there's no bringing these children back at this point. They've been gone for so long, but it does seem like there's still things that could be done to bring them peace.
I'm gonna say out loud. Or why don't you take yourself and put you to bed?
We've tried that.
Actually, a
It doesn't
shockingly good idea. Can I grab one of the skeletons and try and put them in the bed?
After
Yeah, you definitely could. You could pick up one of the skeletons and you put it in the bed, and you get the sense this is just not. It's not a good resting place for the
after
children.
Darnan
Wait,
says
is the
surprisingly
kid-
good idea, I'm gonna at that point say, Ada de Dombala, give me the power, I beg of you. Sarcos and Tia, Maus, Pues, de Morte, Mortimas, Lu, E, Vorte, Chesa. I don't know what else it says. It's a
He's
whole
Holy
bunch of
legend
gibberish.
now.
Anyway, yeah, so I had a good idea, and then I did that.
Okay.
Can I go rummage through that chest?
Yeah, you could look through the chest.
Just, like,
It's
just
a
kind
bunch
of like sneak back and ignore everybody.
Yeah. You can. You're like, let me. I accidentally shot at them. Let me just kind of look through here. All right.
They just said don't touch their toys.
Yeah. The little boy.
Just looking.
The little boy sees you and says,
Please don't touch my toys.
Hands up, I back off. I'll take a hand.
Please don't leave us. We're so lonely.
Well, is there
Can't
any
leave
place
us
you'd be
through.
happy?
I don't know. We just don't want to be left alone.
Eric says, y'all spoke outside about a monster in your basement. Maybe if we got rid of the monster, would you be at peace?
Maybe.
Hey, DM.
yes.
Is there anywhere in the house that we saw that would look like a normal child's bedroom, other than this room?
Mm-mm. This was it.
Have we checked over here yet?
You have not. Although I would say that Hildegard, who's opened this up, would know kind of the layout of that room. So why don't I just build the whole thing?
Yeah.
Because at this point, you've opened that little dollhouse, and it shows everything.
Can we ask the kids about the guy from the letter?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If they know
That's up
anything
to you
about him?
guys.
I'm
Hey, can I
also.
ask-
Twitch is gonna start tasting one of the children's bones to see if
Oh.
it's actually human.
I saw that. That's what made me laugh when I saw that.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
Okay,
I-
you can definitely do that. And the young girl, Rose, is gonna look down and just say,
Why are you licking me?
Oh, whack! Right as Darnan whacks to
Um,
right.
Yeah,
Hildegard.
Darnan whacks me and I like pull out
I
a
love
tooth
Darnan.
while I drop the bone on the ground.
So, Hildegard, you see, as you're looking through, it looks like there's an open room, and then there's also like a stairwell that's in between a bunch of walls. It doesn't look like it has an opening.
Okay. Well, I would like to then maybe go and inspect the walls around
Sure.
that.
Sure. So, as you're walking out, the girl lets out a kind of a scream,
Please don't leave!
and she lets go of her brother, and then just flies straight at you, and like right at you, and then all of a sudden she disappears, and she does not reform. Now, Hildegard, I'm gonna send you something in your hand that only you can see.
Okay.
I believe, if I can. How do I do that again? I don't know. We're just gonna go put it in your hand. Hopefully
Hey,
that
Andrew,
works.
While you're doing that,
Well-
one of the chatters or one of the voices in my hand is telling me to lick the walls to search for hidden doors, and then
Sure.
the same voice is actually going to say, search a dollhouse for secret rooms. So can I
Yep.
walk over to
That's
the
been-
dollhouse and start?
Yeah, so that's already been done. So they Hildegard just searched and found a room and took off.
Oh, okay. All right.
I have a question about the girl.
Yeah.
When she hit the wall to come to Hildegard, was that when she disappeared?
When she hit Hildegard, she disappeared.
Oh, so I was wondering if I take the bones and put them in my backpack, could the kid come with me throughout the house?
Sure, you could put the you could. Are you putting both sets or one
Yeah,
set?
I'm gonna put both sets into my
For sure,
backpack.
you could put them into your backpack.
Can I ask the boy what he knows about his parents?
Sure. So he is now, I will say, with the bones in there, he's just gonna follow you around. He's like your light at this point. But yeah. So what do you want to ask him? Sorry, go ahead. Mike.
Does he know anything about the parties?
About the parties.
Mom and Dad used to have huge parties. Why?
Did anyone ever not leave from the parties?
I don't know. I always went to bed before they were done.
Oh, okay.
They didn't want us to come downstairs much.
You know how to get downstairs?
Yeah.
Can you show us the way?
Yeah, he points to the dollhouse.
We gotta go through the dollhouse to get to the basement?
No, when you look at the dollhouse, you see it. Looking at the dollhouse, you're able to see an area that looks like a stairwell that's built into to what would be right here.
And what is Hildegard doing now?
I'm like heading in that direction to check the walls.
Twitch is now being judgmental of Eric putting the bones into his backpack because she thinks that's insensitive.
Really? That's where you draw the line?
Yeah, really. You pee and then
You literally tried to eat the fucking daughter.
No, I just tried to taste the bones, not eat it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
okay,
right?
Hildegard, you find, because you know the location very easily, you find a crease where the walls meet together, and you're able to just pull it apart, and you find a stairwell with a very cold feel that looks like it dips very far down, and it gets dark, so you can't even see how far down it's going.
All right. Well, I'm gonna let everyone know, near or far, that I found a staircase that goes down, and I'm heading down.
Well, I'm coming to join.
Well, before we head down, why don't we check this room out, make sure there's nothing of note up here.
Yeah, why don't you make a perception check?
Sure. I'm gonna perceive with my eyeballs.
Perceiving with your eyeballs. All right, 19, great. You look around, and you find the only thing that really catches your eye. This is a pretty dusty. It looks like a storage room, but there is a decently large-sized chest right next to the stove that looks a little bit out of place, and you actually see a little bit as you're really keenly looking. You see a little bit of dried blood at the very bottom of it, and it appears to be a kind of a trunk that you could open up.
Hey y'all, I found this chest over there. Looks like it's got some blood on it though, so maybe don't get too close.
Can I sprint to the room?
Yeah, you could be in here.
Excuse me. We have a monster in the basement to find and kill.
I'm gonna.
Aren't you a little bit forward?
All right, so who's doing what, Darnan?
I'm just looking at Mike like, well, don't get too close now. If you can.
Let's cast Mage Hand and open the chest up.
Okay, I like that. So Mike's like, I got this, and he's gonna cast Mage Hand.
I'm nowhere near it.
Yep, and he's gonna pull open this trunk, and as the door opens, out falls this humanoid skeleton that's wrapped in tattered bed sheets, and it's stained with dry blood.
Is my Mage Hand still active?
Yeah.
I just kind of slap the skeleton around.
You slap it. Okay. You unravel the blanket, and you see, or I guess you didn't actually get in the room, but everybody else who was in there and saw the nursemaid would instantly recognize this is the nursemaid, full of blood.
I'm just looking. Can somebody tell me?
Yeah, Crazy Mike, that is the body of the ghost we fought a little earlier. Maybe slapping her around might not be the best idea. She may still somewhere.
The one that almost. Oh. The
It sounds like you guys beat her, so let's see what she has on her.
What's that, Crazy Mike?
It sounds like you guys already took care of the spirit, so let's see what she has on her.
Well, that's fair.
It's
I'm gonna go
a
and check the body.
skeleton.
Yeah.
I mean
Go
what?
ahead and you
in
can.
her?
You can. Who's inspecting? Is it Crazy Mike?
Yeah, I'll take the risk.
Yeah. Go over and roll either an investigation or a medicine check. Your choice.
I'm gonna go investigation.
Probably better, yeah.
Certainly investigation.
13.
Damn.
Yeah, you see a bunch of blood. She's not carrying anything on her. You see a bunch of wounds on her, but you're not able to tell exactly what happened.
I bet she died a sad death.
No.
Yeah. So Hildegard has been going down the stairs here now. You hear toof, toof.
Oh yeah, if nobody else is going, I'm going, whether or
Oh,
not
man,
anyone comes with me.
I'm right behind you. Hold your horses.
Okay.
Does-
Looks like
is
Udala's
the
coming
armor,
next.
Like
Yeah.
dead. Just then.
What's that?
Is the armor like steel? What type of armor?
That is decorative armor. That is
E-
old and rusted.
Eric kicks it over and then heads down the stairs.
All right.
Is there anything
Well,